What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. Today, we'll be talking about the win over the New Orleans Saints. The 49ers beat the New Orleans Saints 13-0.
A shutout. Yes.
Yeah. First time I've ever experienced that. Really rare.
Doesn't happen. They were saying it's been like over 20 years since the Saints been shut out. And the last time the Saints were shut out by a team, it was the Niners.
Really?
Yeah. Over 20 years ago. Last time they were shut out.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
First, let's review the important plays. The first drive was the Saints, and the Saints fumbled on the first drive. Fred Warner caused a fumble. Samson Ebukam recovered it.
All right. Yeah, Fred Warner was my man from last week. We did say, who we were hoping to have a good game, and Fred Warner, balled out this time, causing the first fumble, which is awesome.
I said Jimmy Ward, but I don't know how great he did, though.
I don't know.
Usual. And then the second important play was Jauan Jennings touchdown. Close call interception.
Yeah, it was thrown high, and who tipped it?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, yeah. The Honey Badger. He did get a hand on it, tipped it pretty high up, and luckily, Jauan Jennings was in the right spot on the corner of the end zone, caught it, and fell back onto his back and stayed in bounds. So it was sort of lucky. Sort of lucky. The one touchdown we had was sort of lucky, too. So.
Yeah, and the game would have been 6-0.
If we kicked the field goal there?
Yeah.
We would have kicked, yeah. So, that's been a problem though with us a little bit.
Yeah, red zone problems.
Especially in this game. I mean, last game was fine, right? Against the Cardinals,
yeah.
We played very well.
We did long plays. We didn't do red zone plays. We did long plays.
Yeah. The running game was working in the last game, and this game there wasn't much, especially for McCaffrey. But we have been coming away with field goals when we really should be trying to go for not trying. And I know they're trying, but we need to, actually get it in the end zone, score 7 points.
Yeah. Next was another fumble. Talanoa Hufanga throw up the cheese. He caused the fumble.
That was awesome. I forgot who was trying to tackle him down. I think Warner. Warner, I think, hit Kamara.
And then Talanoa Hufanga ran in and hit the ball out with his elbow.
Yeah. In this game, I'm going to give a new nickname to Kamara. Cough it up, Kamara. Because he coughed it up twice.
And he's sick.
He's sick too. Yeah, he's also coughing up a lung too.
You said the joke, and then I thought it was because he was sick, but it was a different way, I guess.
Nah, he fumbled a lot.
Oh, I have another nickname for someone else. Well, not a nickname. I was using this one time. Jauan Jennings, the third down savior.
Yes, he is a third down savior. That's a good name, I think, for him, because he just seems to show up when we need him most. Especially in third down, he gets that first down, gets that gets open, catches the ball. He does the dirty work, and he got his first touchdown. With that touchdown was his first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, and then we were watching the game at Levi's.
Yeah, we were there. We were loud.
That touchdown scored. That touchdown happened right before the halftime.
Yep.
In the first quarter, I was like, did you know Jauan Jennings has not scored a touchdown this season yet?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember he was my guy. I said him.
Yeah,
I have a feeling.
Yeah, last week you did say that he was going to ball out in this game, and he came through. Statistically, maybe not like 100 yards, but he was so important for us to keep the drives alive. Definitely. So I hope we can clear up the red zone problems next game.
Next was the Nick Bosa sack.
Oh.
He could have jumped off sides. It's a big debate. Or could have been the left tackle. who jumped off sides too.
Yeah, even Nick Bosa didn't believe that sack counted as soon as he got it. He was thinking that he probably got offsides, but no flag came out, and he said that he looked at the replay later and said, okay, yeah, him and the left tackle pretty much jumped at the same time. So what Nick Bosa actually said, he said that the crowd was great. That means us.
Yeah, I was screaming my head off. Like on third down, I was already like worn out because I was screaming. And then the fourth down, I was screaming even louder. And once Nick Bosa got the sack, I lost my voice because it's Nick Bosa.
Yeah, and we were there. We were in the end zone, second level of the end zone side, right
Behind
there,
the field goal.
behind the field goal, and so it was right in front of us. So it was pretty exciting. So Nick Bosa said that the reason why he was able to get that sack was because of the crowd, because the crowd was so loud. He said that Dalton had to use a silent count, which means he has to bob his head up and down to
I
let the
heard him
center know.
clap.
Yeah, he did that too. But he was trying to see what Dalton does to call for the silent count snap. And he thought he kind of knew what it was, and that's why he jumped that early, because he saw the head move, and he thought the ball was going to get snapped. And it was like maybe exactly when the ball was snapped, he was like on it. So he credits the crowd for causing that, causing Dalton to have to use a silent count, and he used that against him. So that was cool. So we were a part of helping him get that sack. I like to think.
Okay, just next, fourth. This is a stat. Fourth game in a row that we did not let a single point go in the second half.
Yeah, that's amazing. Right now the Niners have the number one defense, which is great.
I see a pattern that if we don't let a team score in the second half, we automatically win. We are on a 4-game winning streak, and this is the fourth game in a row. We don't let them score in the second half.
Oh yeah. The defense really helps out for sure. If they don't score and we score a good amount, even 13 points, that will help help us get a win. Yeah, that's amazing. It's almost impossible to keep going, but we'll ride it as long as we can. Amazing.
Yeah, but this one is just fun. And Don led the Saints in rushing yards.
Yeah, that's amazing because he didn't run that much. He only had 21 yards rushing. Second was Alvin Kamara. He had only 13 yards on 7 rushes, which averages out to 1.9 yards per carry, and he lost 2 fumbles. So
rubbish.
Not a very good rubbish. Yes, it's rubbish. Not a good game for Kamara.
Okay. Next, we are going to go into the bad side, unfortunately.
Okay, like the injuries, right?
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks because of an MCL sprain. Oh, is that MCL?
But it's the other leg, so it's not.
God.
He didn't re-injure the same knee. I don't know. It's what's worse. I'd rather have it be the other knee almost instead of really wrecking one knee, and re-injuring the other
He
one.
can't even walk it.
He was looking so good. He was looking really good. I love Mitchell. 6 to 8 weeks is a long time, and pretty much he will miss out probably the whole regular season. Yeah, so.
And he could be that energizer for us in the playoffs.
That's what I'm hoping for. Because he looked great the first game. He came back off of the injury, right? The season. So,
yeah.
If he could do it then, he could do it again right in the playoffs. Energize everybody, man. He's a great runner between the tackles. He looks better than McCaffrey for most of the games that he's played with.
Yeah, McCaffrey hasn't looked so good ever since that Rams game. I'm being honest. I'm sorry, McCaffrey.
Well, maybe he's dealing with a little bit of injury too.
Yeah.
He is having like some sort of knee irritation, so hopefully that won't
I think
really
he's okay.
mess him up.
And Debo, I forgot what injury he had, but I think he's fine too.
Yeah. He has some kind of contusion, maybe to his knee. So yeah. So I feel very bad for Mitchell because he's such a great player for us, and he just keeps getting injured.
I mean,
Bad luck.
since we're at the game, while I was walking back to the locker room, he was walking perfectly fine. I saw it. But, of course,
It wasn't the MCL tear or anything like that, but it was a
he
sprain.
was even limping.
Yeah, but yeah, walking might be okay, but running, cutting, that will make things worse. All right, who's next up on the injury report?
Spencer Burford. He got ankle injury, but Kyle Shanahan apparently isn't too concerned about it.
Okay, well, he has been going in and out with Brunskill anyways.
Yeah,
so.
it was normal, basically.
Yeah, so it's fine. Brunskill can hold down the right guard spot. Not a big deal. Just cuts into our depth a little bit, but like you said, Shanahan is not worried. He might be back this coming game, so yeah, shouldn't worry about it.
But you know who else could come back against the Dolphins?
Who?
Eric Armstead.
Oh man, I've been hearing this for many weeks. I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah. He has practiced?
Well, practice starts on Wednesdays, doesn't it?
But he practiced last week, you said, right?
Yeah, he was limited. So I think it starts from limited to full.
Okay, so hopefully he will practice tomorrow.
Yeah, and by the way, we are the worst, really bad on third and short, but really great on third and long. I think it's pretty usable, actually.
Oh yeah, for the defense, yeah, that might explain because since we are missing our two starting defensive tackles, maybe the weakness of our defensive line is right in the middle, and that's where a lot of people go up the middle when they have 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. So hopefully when Armstead comes back, it'll strengthen that interior defensive line. Yeah. Hope he comes back.
Well, since Elijah Mitchell's injured, could Jordan Mason be running back number 2? Or is it going to be Ty Davis Price?
I have not seen TDP in so long.
And Tevin Coleman. Or, yeah, it could be Tevin Coleman too.
Could be, you're right. I don't know. I mean, we love Jordan Mason. We thought he looked great. I don't know if everybody does, but
Grant
we
Cohn
saw
does.
him. Okay, Grant Cohn does. Shout out to Grant Cohn. if you're listening. Probably is. Jordan Mason, we liked him in the preseason. He looked great. He just has not had any play. He's been pushed down the depth chart with McCaffrey coming in. And it takes an injury sometimes to get these people play time, with Shanahan especially. He doesn't play them, even if it's a blowout. But Jordan Mason showed a lot, didn't he? In the short time he had?
He averaged 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, and that was against a good defensive line.
Who were prepared for a run play.
Yeah, exactly. To run out the clock, they knew what was going to happen. They gave it to Jordan Mason up the middle, and he ran it down their throats over and over and over and over again. So that looks good. Hopefully Shanahan will see that and trust him a bit more, and hopefully
be run back number 2.
I hope so. I think TDP has a lot of potential too. I would love to see him too. But Jordan Mason, undrafted free agent, everything. I would like to see him succeed.
Well, I just don't think Kyle Shanahan does not want to put Jordan Mason. He's going to refuse to and only put in Christian McCaffrey. That's just what I feel like.
That's what I had thought too. But maybe things are changed. I don't know. They might want to save McCaffrey. That's why they might rotate him. Yeah, McCaffrey's so important to us. We can't have him injured too. Then we're in big trouble. So maybe rotating a bit more would be pretty good. Maybe like a 65-35. McCaffrey and Mason. Just a guess.
That's not going to happen at all.
No? You think it's less?
70, no, 80-20, I
80-20
have a bad feeling.
for McCaffrey. I hope he trusts Mason. He has such potential. He needs to play to show his potential.
Okay, here's a question I kind of came up with. Are the 49ers offense a good offense? I have one word for it, inconsistent.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's a really good word. I think it has so much potential. And of course, on paper, right? As we say, on paper, it's like Pro Bowlers all across the board.
Although
Yet
we're not
we can't.
top 5 in Pro Bowl voting. Oh yeah, vote all the Niners, even the ones that are like on the bottom list.
Yeah. Sure. All Niners. Every day. The offense, they can be a great offense. What is it? I don't know. Why McCaffrey's not running well?
He's not
Not too
Garoppolo.
sure.
He's playing well. Well, he did throw that interception, but lucky there was a flag. Technically,
yeah,
he
that's
hasn't
right.
thrown an interception in like the past 4 games.
Yeah, I think that's the longest stretch he's ever had in his career in the NFL without an interception. So he's doing stuff he's never done before, which is great. I hope it keeps going. That's great, because interceptions can kill you, can kill a team, kill a driver, of course. The offense can be great. We just haven't found the right combination. The offensive line has not opened the holes for McCaffrey yet. Because I wouldn't blame McCaffrey for not running well. A lot of times I don't see much of a hole. He gets tackled behind the line or something like that. So we have the potential. We got the skill players.
Yeah, we got a bunch of great players. We got Debo, we got Kittle, we got Trent Williams. Well, a great blocker all around. We got Ayuk, we got McCaffrey, we got Mitchell, we got Yusuf.
I think we have a lot, so it's just a matter of time. I'm going to think very positive here. It's just a matter of time until all that is unlocked and unleashed. And if our defense can keep it up, oh man, watch out.
Yeah. Well, we could be a consistent all-around team. That'd be the best.
Of course, I've been waiting for that. I'm waiting for the offense to catch up with the defense. Hopefully, soon.
Hopefully, doesn't turn to the defense catches up to the offense.
No, I don't want that.
Okay, now we get to not very important stuff. The 49ers signed Janoris Jenkins to the practice squad.
Yeah, I liked him. I really did like him when he was drafted. He played for the Rams. I thought he was I think he was a free agent, and I was hoping that we'd sign him, but never did, of course. And I read the article where Shanahan said they asked, how come you didn't sign Janoris Jenkins earlier? Why now? Why at this time, so late in the season? Well, Shanahan said Janoris Jenkins didn't want to sign. He didn't want to play yet.
Oh.
Or maybe he didn't want to join a practice squad. Maybe he thought it was beneath him to go to practice squad. You know how some players are.
Yeah.
But now nobody's called him, I guess. And he's like, I got no other choices. And I want to play. It's close to the playoffs. I want to get in. So he finally agreed. Because supposedly the Niners have been talking to him for a while. And he finally agreed to sign with us. So I think that's great. I don't know where he's at when he ended his last season. I think with the Titans. I don't know how good he was at that time at his age. But for what I remember, he was good. So hopefully having him as depth on the practice squad is a good thing, I think.
Okay. Next, we signed another player to the practice squad. Kamiko Ture.
Who's that? Just kidding. Yeah, welcome back, Ture.
Yeah.
He'll be the next Dante Johnson. Cut, sign.
Yeah. We say, we cut you, and stay in the room. We're gonna sign you like an hour later. Don't worry.
He's becoming the Dante Johnson. Whatever happened to Dante Johnson?
He is still on the practice squad. We have not brought him up yet, surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, right?
From the injuries.
Yeah, surprisingly. Well, yeah, I haven't had a Dante Johnson sighting in a while.
So, kind of happy.
Well, he played well at the end of last season, so I'll give him some credit.
Yeah, we released Kamiko Ture because of TJ McGill. We promoted him to the roster. Them keep staying there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's great that we're rotating and Teray is on the practice squad and nobody else is picking him up. That's great, man. We got some great depth. I'm happy with that.
Okay, last but not least, this is kind of a preview for the Dolphins game. The 49ers are favored by the Dolphins by 4 points. They're going to be by 4 points. I'm just predicting.
Okay, yeah, we're playing at home, so that's just a couple of points of favor that we're favored by, truthfully, because we do have the home field advantage. Yeah, this next game is going to be a big test. It's another conference though. It's an AFC team, so it means the least to us. But there's so much connection between the Dolphins and us.
Yeah, how come it's always the games that like matter least in like the divisions conference wise? Like against the Chiefs, history.
Yeah.
That mattered, but like in conference, it didn't matter at all.
Yeah, it managed the least out of all the games. We'd rather have a divisional game or a conference game, but out of conference, it doesn't really matter as much. Not as important when it comes to tiebreakers and stuff like that for the playoffs and seeding. But with Mike McDaniel as the head coach and Mostert,
we're having some beef with him.
That was all blown out of proportion. Mostert was mad at the reporter because he had said, "Oh yeah, we finally have a quarterback that can sling the ball," which is Tua. So basically, he's saying that he didn't have a quarterback that could throw the ball before, which was Jimmy G. But then he said that was all wrong. The reporter took the pieces that he wanted to and put it out there and made it sound like he was talking bad about Jimmy G, but Mostert was actually talking good about him. But the reporter didn't type that up. He left that out, so it looked bad. I liked Mostert when he was here. He was a good guy.
But just got injured.
Got injured. I love Mostert actually. I would have loved for him to stay with us. I don't think it was anything bad from what he said. The reporter caused it to make it look bad.
Yeah, and Jeff Wilson Jr.
We
just traded for a 5th rounder.
And
if you see the video, go check it out.
Yeah, that's right. River Craycraft is there too.
Trent Sherfield.
And who was the wide receivers coach? Wes Welker also went to the Dolphins. Yes.
Oh my God.
And that's there's probably some more players that I can't think of.
And we traded with the Dolphins for the picks. And that led to apparently Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, there's a lot of history just a couple years ago between us and the Dolphins. So, yeah, this is building up to be juicier than it should be. But this would be this is a high-powered offense going against our high-powered defense. So, let's see.
And is it a low-powered defense for the Dolphins and a high-powered defense for the Dolphins and a low-powered offense for us?
I hope not. Of course. And then the whole coaching thing. Shanahan was the teacher, McDaniel was the student, and who's the master now? We shall see.
It's like Joe Montana versus Steve Young.
Yeah, exactly. When the Chiefs came back to Candlestick, yes, it's going to be an interesting game.
Okay, well, don't miss the preview that we're going to do on Saturday.
I would love to, look into this and check out the data and the stats and talk about the game. It's going to be exciting.
Yep. And that wraps it up for today's podcast. Hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And goodbye.